Welcome once more to the Python class, and this is Python beginners to advanced programming language class, and we've been doing a lot of concepts from writing out the what do we call it now, the first Python statement, like the print hello world, and we've done a lot of concepts like Python list, mathematical operation, true or false, if else statement, if else condition, while loop, and so on, and manipulation of strings, and so concatenations and everything. And we've started, if we've done if condition, we've done while loop, and this is for loop. And in the for loop, I've taken some courses in the previous class regarding the for loop, but we're going to be finishing the for loop in this. So with you again once more is Mr. Simeon Ajimobi, and I'm going to be your host and instructor for this class. And I hope you enjoy the ride and whatever thing we are going to teach here today. So without wasting much time, without further delay or further ado, I'm going to enter in this place by opening a new not a new now, but opening our VS Code, our text editor. That's what we're going to use, VS Code, to continue the programs we've been writing. And this time around, we're going to continue with our for loops, and I'm going to be doing some little revisions regarding for loop. Like, why this is opening, let me go around for loop. What does for loop means again? So the for loop in Python is used to iterate over a sequence such as a list, a tuple, a string, or range. So tuple, I will let you know what tuple means later, but we all know what a string is, and we all know what a range is. Range is from one thing to the other thing, which is either from 0 to 10, which Python is going to print out that 10 minus 1 positions of values. So it allows you to execute a block of code repeatedly. Like, this is how it means for each element in a sequence. Now, we went on yesterday to work on the basic syntax for item in a sequence, code block to be executed for each item. And I say in a revision, I say before we can do anything, there must be a particular kind of a variable that was being selected, variable that you choose. Like I say, variable 1 equals to, you must create a list or a string and put one or two things inside, such as name, anything you like. I'm just writing anything I like. I can put 54 or 56. I can put true. I can put something like gender, and I can put any other thing like what else can I put? I can decide to put maybe contact. Contact number. I don't just want to write a particular value. I just want to tell you it can take and accept any data type. Before I write any for statement, there must either be a list created or a string created, possibly such as Python class. So something must already be above that a for statement will iterate through, will loop through, or will repeat through. So it can repeat through this Python class, it can repeat through all the elements in this list. So we said the syntax for a for statement is a small letter f starting to say for elements in variables. So you mention the elements you have in the variables, that is for each element in this variable, then, which is a semicolon, then your statement can come here and you can do anything you like by saying print. You always print the left hand side. Always print the left hand side. Don't print the right hand side, please. So that is what you're going to put in. You are going to put in elements. So that is what is going to be there, since that is on the left hand side. So before we run this program, there's an error. That is why we're having a kind of a warning. That there's a warning here. There's an error in that program. You see, the variable is not defined. So go and look for in line 3, column 17. What variable is not defined? We had variable 1, not variable. So we have to put 1 here. That is it. So for the elements, that is the elements in variable 1 are name, 56, true, gender and contact number. They are the elements in variable 1. We want to print the elements. We are not printing the variable 1. So let's print the elements one by one. So this is how we are going to print it. So I'm going to be clearing my screen, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is to do the for loops.py. I'd like to take it off. Yes, better this way. Can you see that? Can you see the iteration? It iterates through what we have in the list, and we had name, 56, true, gender, and contact number. Let's move on from there. Let's move on from there. So we did that, and coming down with again, we say fruit, apple, banana, cherry. For fruit in fruits, print fruit. That's what I did. Looping through a list for fruits in fruits. So we have a fruit in fruits, banana in fruits, cherry in fruits. So for the fruits in fruits, print the fruits, which is apple, banana, and cherry. That was what I did earlier. Number 2, for letter in Python. So definitely at this time, what you need to do is to create a letter. So I can say such as string equals to the word Python class. So for letters, what do we call it now? Letters form the word Python class. We can't say for words in, no. We just say for letters in string, then that's a colon, then I say print what is on the left hand side. What is on the left hand side? Letters. That's what you print. You print letters. So when you run this control backtick, when you run this is what you have. You have that Python class one by one coming out. So you move on. That is, you can iterate through string. We'll be doing some projects that will carry that a lot. You'll be seeing us using that. Okay, using the range function. Yes, from 0 to 4. Okay, for I in range 5, that is, it will print from 0 to 4. Like I told you, it will print what is in n minus 1 function. So when you say in range 5, it's going to minus 1 from 5 and print starting from the beginning to where it's going to be. So if I comment this by pressing Ctrl//, I would like to do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is to write, let me grab what I want to do. Range, calculating range. Range is the easiest. All you just need to do is to say for numbers NOS in range of 10, it's going to print values from 1 to 10. Print numbers. Colon, print numbers. You print what is on the left hand side, like I told you earlier. That's what to print. So you're going to be printing numbers. Then if you print numbers, you're going to be having the computer automatically counting it from 1 till 9. So a range starts from a value. It's telling like a range from 1 to 10. That's what it's saying. The starting value of a range by default is 1 if you didn't specify a starting point or a location or so. So when you print this, or when you output something like this, you have values ranging from 0 to 9. That is 10 minus 1. That is 10 minus 1. Then you can have more ranging functions. You can have a starting from 0. You can have a destination of 10. You know what this means? Destination of 10, that's 11 minus 1. Then you can have it in two forms. Two forms. That means two steps. I mean, so let's even read what that thing says. It says loop with range and step. Yes, it increments by 2 steps. If it was for while statement, while we say maybe value plus equals 2, that is what while will do. But for for will not do that. It will tell you a starting point such as 1, and this is the ending point, and Python will say after the ending point 2 is the step I want it to go, not plus equals. No, nothing like that in for loop. His step is going to be at the back of the values you specify. So if I run this now, then it goes like that: 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It will not get to 10 because if it adds 3 more to it, it is above 10. So it will stop at 9. Stop at 9. Then you can also change it to 3. You can change it to 4, depending on what you want to do. You can increment. That is 147. Any 4 added to 7 becomes 11 is beyond 10, so it will not add it. That's all and all about range. I hope you guys understand range. This is the starting point, this is the ending point, and this is the increment in step. That is what it means. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. If you understand the range and steps increments. If you understand the concept of this, then we can move further. Okay, what is the next thing? Apart from incrementing a for loop statement, we can seek to look at more advanced usage of loops. Like we can decide to look at, you can loop through both keys and values in the dictionary. Okay, looping through dictionary. What I'm telling you is that I'm going to be teaching you a dictionary. That's going to be what I'm going to be taking in my next class. Dictionary is very, very interesting. I pray I have a very good time to spend with you. We start early and I can teach you dictionary. Dictionary is like a list, but actually different from a list. Dictionary has a variable name, actually, but it has key and value pairs like this, curly bracket, and you come here, and you come here. So it has a key such as name. Name is a key. You now say colon. You cannot put the person's name. You can say Ade. Then you can come back under the name and say gender. Now we can decide to say gender. You say colon. They don't use equals to. You use colon. Then you can decide to say maybe male. Male. Then you can decide to say, but when you refer to variable, it refers to everything. You can say salary range. You can try to put ₦1,000,000. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can decide to put ₦1,000,000. You can decide to put age, depending on what you like to do. You can say the person is 35. Now, if you print out variable here, it prints out everything that you have inside your dictionary. It prints it out. Aim, Ade, gender, male, or it prints Ade, male, 1,000,000, 35 as age, or it brings them out exactly like this. So there's a way we can loop through this also by using the for statement in Python, such as for key, value in student underscore info dot items print key and the value pairs. So we're going to be for key value. So what are the key value? You can say for key, you can mention the key, you can mention the value, you can now say in student info, you now put dot item. That is how it goes. So it goes like this. So you write a statement for key and you can say for value. Sometimes you might want to call the two, sometimes you might want to call only single one. So I'm trying to call the key and I'm also trying to call value in what we have here. So what do we have up here? We have it in var. For key value in var. Then you can print the key and value. So what it holds, please don't let me confuse you. Key is name. Value is Ade. All key and value is in var. So if var is confusing us, I would like to go by using something more closer and say employees detail. Employees detail. So let's know this is employees detail. So we are trying to say for key value pairs in employees detail. Then print the key and value in a formatted output. There's going to be F. It's going to be this. I will put our normal this. You can put a column there, and we can put this again. Now those two things must be far out. So you might put a key here. That is name column. Let me close this place up. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. Key here and value will definitely be here because you call two things must appear. So it becomes name dot ade gender column male salary range column other. So I can even put a word in front of them as saying this is the employees details. When you are building a software, you know that sometimes you type something inside a particular key, a particular value, maybe surname, and the next thing you see is to bring the person's detail. I say this is the person's detail. So that is exactly what we are trying to do here also by iterating through a dictionary, and by the time you print what you have, it says in line 30, invalid syntax, you forgot a comma. Hey, I forgot a comma, sorry. Yes, we have a comma here. Then the next one, there should be a comma here. Then the next one, there should be a comma here. And that means this is different from that, this one is different from this, and so on and so forth. Okay, he said name is not defined. Name Ade is not defined. Name Ade is not defined. Okay, for name, I'm coming. For name, it cannot be like that. It has to be for key in value in employees detail, and print out this is the employees detail, then put the key and value there. So it's supposed to run and move through this range, but let's keep giving it a try to see how one can solve this problem. Okay, employee detail equals to this name, ID, gender, and salary range is 1000 and age is 35. For key value in employee detail, print key and value. This is how it's supposed to be. It's given an error, which I don't want to waste time with possibly might come back when I give you a class start. Let me look at it. He said in this line 30 in this module, name Ade, name is not defined. Or is it because I'm using name? Let me try names or employee name. Employee name. Let's see if it capture this. Possibly a name could be a reserved language, a reserved text, and it might not go. Okay. It said employee name is not defined. Employee detail. Employee detail, yes. Employee name is not defined. Okay, let's leave this. We'll see what we can do to it. I'll come back to it this same class. Then let's go to the next one. Nested loop, nested for loop means you can have a matrix. You can next for loop inside one another. So I treat a multidimensional data like the list of lists. So this is a list, this is a list, this is a list in lists. Another list. So you have to do for row in matrix because this is matrix and this is a single row. Let's say for a row in matrix, you say for item in that row, you now print item end equals to empty print for a new line at each row. There's going to be a space there. That is what it means. Now you guys say, why do we have a for loop here and also a for loop here? The reason is being that we have two lists inside here. It's called the list of lists. Now I'm coming. Let me pick this. So this is list of lists. If you guys notice this, what's this? Lists. And there are elements inside this list such as this is one list, this is one list, this is one list. There are three lists in a single list. Like I told you that a list is very versatile. It can accept any value. So it's possible we can put a list in a list. So I'm coming. This is a list and these are the values in also in another list that are inside this program. So that's why I say for row in matrix, we are talking about row 1, row 2, row 3 in this matrix. For item in row, then we are not talking about this one now, this item 1, 2, 3, talking about this item now 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is what we talk about for items in the row. We are not going to print these items, and when it gets to end, it should give empty space, just like at this place. It gives to everybody that completes their iteration, it gives them a space either to get to each line and come it out and bring themselves out or something. Let's see how it will run anyway. Now that is a matrix. That is a matrix. You can use \n to print your matrix. You can use the same method here to print your matrix or anything. For row in matrix, that is the first one without the elements, picking them as row by row, first row, second row, third row. For items in now the row, now this is the row, this is the row, and this is the row. For items in that row, print the items. You're going to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to print the item, and it's going to, at the end, it's going to add a break line to it. That is what it means, and it's going to print it out for a new line after each row. So it's going to print out for a new line after each row. And that is why we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is what we are going to be having. So what is the next thing we're going to be dealing with now? Mostly people don't really use this, but sometimes if you're a full software developer, you can make use of it. But in my time of developing, I've not come across it that much. Unless an already built job, they want me to upgrade. So the person might have used it. Then I just need to understand it and say, oh, this is what the person used. Let me edit it. So using break and continue in the for loop, just like the way we used to do in while, and it also comes after an if statement. So if you give a range, you give it a condition that if it meets this condition, then it should break out of it. So let's do something regarding that. Let's do something regarding that. So I'm trying to get a space. Okay. I don't want last class to show, or what I explained earlier to show rather. So we say we're going to be working on using the break function. So I told you before you introduce the break, there must be an if statement, if conditional statement, and after that you give it to break. And if you want to do continue, you must also do what? An if conditional statement and give it if conditional statement and give it a continue. So these are the two things that you need to put in mind when you are writing. This also should carry the if statement. It should also carry the if statement that you can break. Even in while loop, it's very important, and I show you the importance of keeping the student or anything on the screen. So let's do a break. A break. Now we're going to be writing a for statement in a range. I'm going to do up to 1 to 100. So for numbers in range of 100, then you put a then. You're not going to tell it to, you're going to say print that number, but if the number actually gets to 57, if it's when you count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, okay, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Once you get to 57, do what? Break out of the loop. I can't start explaining break here. We all understand break statement. So I've explained it extensively in previous class. So it breaks out of the loop, and the next thing you do after breaking out of the loop, you print it. You print your loop. You print your loop. You print your numbers, not the range. Please, everybody, print it on the left hand side of the for statement. You print the numbers, not the range. So we're going to run this. I'm going to clear this off my screen, and I'm going to run this. If invalid syntax. Oh, sorry. If equals to 57 does not make any sense. If the numbers that we are counting equals to 57, then break. Sorry for the skipping such important info. Sorry. If the numbers, guys, let me write it again. I want to explain it. My man asked me to explain it better. So we're going to be saying for numbers, let's even do itself little by little. For numbers in range of 1 to 100, for numbers in range of 1 to 100, print the numbers. Print the numbers. For numbers in range, you want to print the, sorry, I wrote numbers. Everybody knows this is a basic syntax. Print the numbers, and we run it by pressing Ctrl backtick, and then it goes. Why? See, 70, 80, 99. Why is it not stopping at any number? Because we didn't give it a condition that when you meet this condition, break out. So we are now going to go and say when you get here, this breakout. When you get to 57, breakout, don't run it again, abort the task. And before you can do that, you now have to do what? Give an if condition, that if the number gets to this. So to say if the number gets to that, we have to write it by saying if numbers get to what? That is equals to 57. Once the numbers start counting and it gets to 57, break out of the loop. Break out of the loop. Break. That is it. That is all. That is all. Just break out of the loop. So I'm going to be running this. Scroll down. Clear the screen. And run this. It's going. Once it gets to 56, it broke out of the code. It broke out of the code. Once it gets to 56, it broke out. Now we might even now say, even though you get to 57, continue. That means even if this condition is met and you see that it meets it, don't wait when you even meet it. Just continue. That is what continue statement actually means. Continue. That means keep the rest of the loop while I is 5. So you can just come back and just change break to continue. To continue, I'm teaching you the very good basics to be strong in Python knowledge. That's why I'm teaching you the basics one by one, and I'm happy you are grabbing. Now it completed the task. Despite there's 57 that's supposed to stop it, it completed the task. Okay. Everybody see, when it got to 57, it jumped it off and continued. Can you see that? We had 56, 57 was taken off, and we have 58, and that didn't stop us. So that means is if possible we meet an even number and the number is equals to this, we can continue executing it. Let me check something. If the number modulo 2 equals to 0, I'm writing and to test even numbers, equals to 0, continue. What am I saying? For every even numbers tested, do you know what this thing means? What this thing means? It means, everybody watch, let me explain it again. I've explained before. It means all the numbers starting from 1 to 100 will be divisible by 2. As far as the remainder is equals to 0, definitely it's an even number and the compiler will skip it. That's what it means. No remainder. But when there's a remainder, the compiler will drop it on the screen. So that's what it means. Let me see if this is going to work. Let me see that. I want to see if I can test something that it should skip that thing over even numbers or odd numbers. Wow, it worked. It worked. 1, 3, 5, 7. All these are odd numbers. Wow. Up to 99. Let me pimp the program a little. I will say the odd numbers, I'm going to be printing something. No, I'm not going to be putting it inside the range. I said if you put it inside the first statement, I told you what is going to happen. It will print that number of something. It will print it multiple times. So I just wanted to print only once and say print odd numbers from 1 to 100 backslash n. Let me first of all put the colon. I do a backslash n. Now it's going to print odd numbers from 1 to 100 are, then it's going to bring out the answer here. It's going to bring out the answer here. And after bringing out the answer, let me see if I can cut out of the 4 and give a print statement and say we are done. That's it. That's it. We are done. I'll bring it out. Let me see if it's not going to repeat this and if it's not going to give error. If it gives error, I'll put it under the if statement. Let me see if it will work. So I'm going to pick this, enter. I'm going to pick this, run. Okay, yeah, it worked. It worked. Odd numbers from 1 to 100 are this. Then that is it. That's it. We are done. This is perfect. This is very, 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 very perfect. I've never done anything like this before, but I believe it's supposed to work. Once you know your syntax very well and you know where to place all these things, I might be fast. That's why I need to watch the video again. But I know I'm writing this thing in such a way that you can understand. I started this. I gave you a condition for the if statement that we are testing for even number. But if you say we should say break, it will stop at the very first even number lesser than 100, and the program will stop executing to stop iteration. But I said continue. It means if you meet any even number on the road, skip them and continue to your destination. Continue to your destination. Don't stop when you meet any even number on the road. And I put this at the beginning. I put this at the beginning to say odd numbers from 1 to 100 are, then it begins to do that job. And when they call me, come and do something, like it's going to skip beyond saying it's not going to stop. Instead, when it sees a even number, it's not going to stop, it's going to skip it. Then you are going to use a continue. You are going to print the numbers out. This if statement prints the numbers out, but this print has cut out of the if statement. It has cut out. Once you put it under the if statement, the if will begin to print it as long as it's printing its own numbers. If you doubt me, you can check it. It's not a cramming thing, it's you understanding. Though I know this because I understood it, not in one class. I wrote a lot of programs in it and I saw a lot of errors. Everybody see. Can you see? Why is it repeating? That is it, we are done. Because it's inside the block of if statement. If you're supposed to only repeat the 1 3 5 7 and that is it, we are done once. If that is what you want, then cut it out of the block. Let it be here. That is just what I did. That's just what I did. And I ran it, and this is it. Perfect. That is it, we are done. Odd numbers from 1 to 100. I would like to change it to 10 so we can see everything. Yeah, odd numbers from 1 to 10 are, that is it, we are done. That is it, we are done. So I'm going to give you guys a classwork with this, and I want you to print out odd numbers from 1 to 1000 and give me the same thing, like the list of odd numbers from 1 to 1000 is this, and when you are done, say that is it, we are done. Your time starts now. So Mr. Chisom has been able to drop his own solution. Let me comment this one out. I know there might be an error issue from copy from chat box. So let me pick it and edit it to the little. I don't know, should I go for the first one or should I go for the next one? Let me pick anyone. Let me pick anyone and do this. Okay. 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 I'm going to run it exactly the way he typed it. I guess he typed it from inside his system. And let's see if it works fine. Let's see. I'm not going to edit it. It shows he typed it directly from inside his VS Code. Okay. Wow. You want to freeze my system. No be me and you. Wow. Okay. All these are odd numbers. That is that that is what we have done. Okay. This is 9999. It means it's very, very correct. Clapping for you. Hooray to you, Mr. Chisom. You did well. And odd number for 1 to 100. You wrote odd number for 1 to 100 instead of odd number for 1 to 1000. Okay, you tried. It says that you get it, and that is nice. You wrote odd number for 1 to 100. Okay, this one corrected it 1 to 1000. Then that is an 100 point for you. That's an 100 point for you. Which simply means you understand the concept of continue now. That even after they discovered an even number, it have to continue and it brings out only the odd number. But if it is break, it stops at that point and prints only the odd number. I'm happy you got that. I'm going to comment it all out. I'm going to comment it all out. Come to forward slash, and I'm going to move to the next concept. We have done a lot today. We have really done a lot today. That's great. Now we're going to move to the next concept. And what is the next concept? What does it say? The next concept is a project. Yeah, creating a times table with a for loop statement. Creating a timetable with a for loop statement. So let's create a timetable with a for loop statement. Okay. If it was a while statement, we want to create a timetable. How would it look like? We have to get a number called count equals to maybe 2 times table. Then we're going to get a multiplier equals to 1. Then we are going to come and say while multiplier is less than where you want to get it to. Like you want to do up to 2 times 1 to 2 times 12. So when you do multiplier is less than or equals to 12, then you cannot say the result equals to formatted count times multiplier. Count times multiplier. It will come as count is constant. Everybody, do you see that we are not incrementing count? It comes as 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Then this x comes out. Then this comes as I'm coming. This is times, sorry, not x, times 2 times multiplier, and it comes out 2 times 1. For now, it's going to be bringing out 2 times 1, 2 times 1, 2 times 1. But I'm going to increment it. I'm going to print result. I'm going to print result. And after that, I'm going to increment. What are we going to increment here? After result, we're going to print, then we're going to increment multiplier. Will now be plus. Yes, now be plus. Thank you, sir. Plus equals 1, and that is it. And this is going to run a 2 times table for us while. But we are not going to be glorifying ourselves in doing while. I just want to refresh your memory. I'm going to pick like number equals to 2 times table. I want you guys to do any time table. Like Mr. Daniel should do 5 times table. Mr. Ebuka should do 11 times table or 10 times table. Yes, do 10 times table. And I like another times table again. I think 3 times table is fine, or 4 times table. Mr. Chisom should do 4 times table. So I'm going to be doing 2 times table by picking my number. Okay, let me first of all do a print function here. And I'll say, okay, 2 times table. Yeah, it's going to print out 2 times table at the top, and I said the number is 2. If you want to do 10, you can say number is 10. If you want to do 15, you say number is 15, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be saying for everybody there's a multiplier that has a range. So we're going to be saying for multiplier in range of, we're going to be doing 12. So everybody should tell me in range of 12. What am I going to write? If I'm going to be doing 12, don't forget it's a value minus 1. Is a value minus 1. So I'm going to be doing step, going to be 1. Value minus 1, and I'm going to be doing 12. What simply means, that means I'm going to be doing 13. It's going to be 13 minus 1 will be 12 in a step of 1. So this is going to loop from, let me do something. This is going to loop from 1 to 12. It's going to loop from 1 to 12. So I told you this multiplier is a formed variable. It's just like coming to the while statement to say multiplier equals to 1, then plus or equals to 1. That is the same thing we are doing here. Range is what we are using from range 1 to 13. That is minus 1. That is 12. That's what we are doing. 12. That's our multiplier. So for multiplier in the range, so the multiplier now automatically equals to, everybody see, multiplier equals to 1. Same multiplier equals to 2. Same multiplier equals to 3. Same multiplier equals to 4. Same multiplier equals to 5. That is what it means. In the range of 1 to 13, until this same multiplier goes on and on and on and on and on and gets to 12. And gets to 12. That's what multiplier means. So don't say, where did I see multiplier for? Don't say, where did I see multiplier for? Multiplier is what is going to be holding the value of the range. So multiply equals to 1, multiply equals to 2, multiply equals to 3, multiply equals to 10, multiply equals to 11, multiply equals to 12, then it stops. It stops. Then we go and say our result is going to be equals to a formatted something such as number times, don't forget what the number is. Number is 2 times multiplier, which is shift 8 asterisk times multiplier. Yes, so it will be 2 times 1. First statement will increase it plus 1 automatically. It becomes 2 times 2. First statement will increase it automatically. It becomes 2 times 3. 2 times, this is multiplier, this is number. It becomes 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, until the range gets to 12. Multiplier gets to 12. 2 times 12 before it stops. So I'm going to be printing out results. So I'm going to be doing print. I'm going to be printing using a formatted output. I'm going to be printing the multiplier, the number times multiplier equals to the result, because I'm already storing 2 times 1, 2 inside this. This will be 2. 2 times 2, 4. This becomes 4. 2 times 3 is 6. This one becomes 6. So I'm going to be doing, the answer is going to be number times multiplier. Number times, number times multiplier equals to what? Result. Equals to what? Result. That is it. We are done. You just have to do this mathematical operation to save this, and automatically for loop increases this itself, and this one remains constant 2. So this is 2 times table. Let's print the 2 times table, and it goes like this. 2 times table goes like this. Okay, for multiplier in range. Sorry, no semicolon. No semicolon. I don't know why I keep forgetting in this class. Then there's going to run now. Sorry about that. Okay. Result equals to number as equal. Expected an indent block for 4. Oh, I'm sorry. How can I be writing directly on that? The reason is because of this thing. Oh, I don't know who asked me to comment this place. The reason is because of this thing. So it's going to be like this. Yes. It's going to be like this. Yes. That is how it's supposed to be like. It's because of that comment I wrote and I forgot this that make it jump somewhere else. So it's going to run like this now. Please don't be scared to see error. It's for you to understand what we are doing. Don't be scared to see error. This, after this, immediately you must have an indent, and after this there must be an indent. These statements are a child to the for statement. The for is the parent statement. These are child to it. Unless you want to print something that is not part of it, it's going to be outside the parents. It's outside, and I can say hooray, I did it. Hooray, I did it. It's not part of the parents. It's not part of the parent anymore. It's not part of the child anymore. It's outside the child. It's not part of them. It's going to print individually on its own. So I'm sorry for my indentation and all those things. It's good for us to see how all these things work. When you see error, don't scatter your brain. Don't feel bad. Don't break your head. Don't break your computer for encountering error. But read what is inside the error and try to solve it. And when you get it, that makes you a programmer. It makes you know that you are understanding what you are doing. Okay, 2 times table. 2 times 1 2, 2 times 2 4, 2 times 3 6, 2 times 4 8, 2 times 5 10, so on to 2 times 12 24, because we declared 13 with an increment of 1. We declared 13, so it's going to be minusing 1. That's going to be 12. Then, and I wrote hooray, I did it, which is not part of the parent. So I'm going to give you a classwork to write. I think I gave Mr. Chisom his own number, Mr. Buka his own number, and Mr. Daniel his own number. If you've not forgotten your number, I think the numbers I gave was 5, 10, and I think 4. 5, 10, and 4. Try to pick your number from there and write a what do we call it now, a times table of the number you picked up to 12 and let it run and send it to the chat box. The time starts now. So let's see if anybody has dropped an answer, and let's see what they've done. Let's see what you guys have done so far. Okay, where's the chat? Yes, there's an answer here, and that is in the person of Mr. Chisom. The library is closed. I'm going to leave soon. Oh, I'm sorry. We are done. Please, we are done, Mr. Chisomo. You can join on your phone. Okay, you can join on your phone. So print odd numbers from 1 to 1000, and also any kind of thing that you might want to do. Okay, what I gave was not this, so nobody attempted it. No problem. If you don't attempt it, watch the video again. You will understand what we did. I only want you to do a 2 times table should turn to a 5 times table, multiply a range of 1 to 13, number that is this, and that is all. I think the only thing you need to change is just 5, and that's all. When you run this, you have a 5 times table, which it worked. It worked. 5 times 1 5, 5 times 2 10, 5 times 3 15, up to this. So that is it. That is all about how you can use a for statement with increment for multiplier in range to carry out a particular kind of a small mini project. And after that, we go down to using else with for loop. Using else with for loop means Okay. I think I remember something I did. There was a place using else with for loop. I I tried when I was rushing to do this. I tried to duplicate one of the for loop that has break and continue. I duplicated it. I used with that else or whatever kind of thing. Yeah, this else here. So, however, if break is encountered, the else block is skipped. Summary of the loop key points. Basic structure: iterate over each element in a sequence. Each element. While the range function commonly used to generate numbers to loop over, maybe from 1 to 10, 1 to 1,000,000, 1 to 1,000, 1 to 500, 1 to 25. Range is what we use, and it could be in step like 2, 4, 6, 8, or it could be in step of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it has a step. We have break, we have continue. I've checked and I've worked with it. That we have tested even and odd numbers for break and for continue, control loop execution, and else with loop. Execute only if the loop completes normally. We've worked on various sequences such as lists, strings, dictionaries, and more. And that is the end of the class for today. Thank you for joining the class. God bless you. Till I see you in the next class, and that's going to be dictionary. We'll be working on dictionary. Anybody have any question that you would like to work with? Does anybody have any question that you would like to ask? So we'll be looking at Python dictionary in the next class. Anybody can unmute yourself and talk. Mr. Ebuka, Mr. Daniel, Mr. Chisom. So I want to show us what we're going to be working with next class. Any question? Do you have any question you want to ask? Okay, you understand the concept, I guess. Okay, that's good. That's a good one. So let's just take a brief look over what we'll be doing in the next class, and that will call it a day. Okay, conditions with and or not. Okay, comparisons. I think I've done comparisons. We are almost through with intermediate. This class could finish before its normal time. We're almost through with intermediate, and we are going to start writing after I'm through with the dictionary. Let me look at it first. I think there's set. There's set. I've done range function. There's set. There's dictionary, and it's also called tuple. There's tuple. Python list. I've done list. Okay, yes. There's list. There's tuple. There's set and there's dictionary. List is always looking like tuple, but instead of square bracket, it is um, normal bracket, normal function bracket, like curve braces, like parentheses rather. It is ordered, but it is unchangeable. It does not allow duplicate members. You can't, it's unchangeable. You can't do one or two things on it. You can only reference the location and everything and get what is inside one place and what is not there. So unlike list that is ordered and is changeable, you can append, you can remove, you can replace, and we've done a lot of that. But tuple does not allow that. Set is a collection of unordered. That means it is anything can be there, anything can be there, but you can't change it. It's unchangeable, you can't, it's immutable, and it is unindexed. Does not say because this one is here, it means it is in index 0, this one is index 1. No, it is unindexed. So no duplicate numbers is allowed in a set. Dictionary is what we'll be looking at next. Dictionary is a collection which is ordered and changeable, no duplicate members. So when we look at dictionary, we'll be looking at dictionary in the next class. Yeah, this is dictionaries. This is dictionaries. When you print a dictionary, you'll be having exactly those things that you have there. This is a dictionary. Yeah. So don't worry, everybody, are still going to get a copy of this stuff that I'm using here. But I just feel it's not yet time, because if I give you most of you will not like to go back to what I've been teaching you, like the video again. That's why I don't want to take you guys there. So we're going to be working on dictionary in the next class, and I'm going to call it a day here from here. And I believe when we come for the next class, we'll be ready and our mind will be set to go for much more advanced concepts, which is Python dictionary. Take care and have a good night rest. God bless you all.